Hello, Facebook and YouTube. I'm Roman D'Angelo, and this is the 710 show. It is 4:20, and it's time to smoke out. So grab your oil or dab and smoke out with me. The first topic of today's discussion is. Let me grab my oil here. Marvel is doing a new What If comic. When I tell you what the supposed What If comic is, you're going to see how desperate Marvel is. Apparently, the comic is what if Donald Duck was Wolverine? They're trying to get normies to buy a Wolverine comic by inserting Donald Duck. That's probably not going to work out for you, Disney. On that note, Paramount announced their 2025 animation slate. Paramount's animation slate for 2025 consisted of new Avatar, because of course they're gonna reboot Avatar: The Last Airbender, new Ninja Turtles, new Smurfs. They're gonna do a Smurfs movie with Rihanna, and they're gonna do a new SpongeBob movie. That new SpongeBob movie is probably going to do gangbusters because SpongeBob is one of those constantly resilient properties. And I believe that the SpongeBob property will fund all the other properties, probably. The new Ninja Turtles movie can't be any worse than the last movie they did, unless they insert DEI everywhere again. Hopefully, they've learned their lesson from the DEI fest that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. We really didn't need that movie. I despise Seth Rogen for making that film. He basically ruined Ninja Turtles. Continuing with the Paramount news, Paramount announced a new Running Man movie with Glenn Jacobs as the star. Running Man is a classic movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're not going to be able to recapture that lightning in the bottle again. Besides, The Running Man is exactly the type of corporate dystopia that the elitists in New York and in the East Coast want to turn America into because they want us to be in a dystopic corporate hellhole with no civilization.
Yeah, yeah, watch me run. Yeah, get to the chopper. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear the last story I was talking about there, Blue?
Yeah, I did. Is that better?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Running Man remake? You got any thoughts?
No.
No?
I just think if you're gonna name a movie Running Man, it better be Forrest Gump.
That was fucktarded. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you very much for
Running
that
Man.
fucktarded incitement. I don't know what the fuck to say about that, but
You said I did not understand the assignment.
no.
Solo Leveling, the last dubbed episode comes out on Saturday, and holy shit, it really sends the first season off really damn good.
So when is the actual game going to release in the North American region? Have you heard anything about the video game?
Oh, I don't know. It's already released in English. There's ways you can play it. There's already people on YouTube playing it.
I know.
And it's not, they changed a bunch of things on it, so it's not necessarily spoilery. You're still playing in the same world as Solo Leveling as the same character, but things are different so that, like, you can play the game and still watch the anime and have a good time.
Oh, why? But that doesn't make any sense because all the Dragon Ball games are direct translations of the manga, or well, actually, they're direct translations of the anime, which is actually supposed to be a translation of the manga, which actually is not direct. There's not a direct correlation 1-to-1 from the manga to the anime with Dragon Ball Z, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep, here you go. Here you go. Guess. Never mind.
I wasn't ready.
So the week that Akira Toriyama died, they put in a little Easter egg in Akira Toriyama for Dragon Ball Z. and that dance, that little foot movement thing that Goku does, where he jumps from one foot to the other right before he's about to go into a fight. When whatever his name is for Solo Leveling, Kim Song-ju, whatever his name is, when he's fighting the assassin, he does that couple little dance steps, and it's animated exactly the way Goku did it. And it's unclear whether they were paying homage to Akira Toriyama or if they were just putting in a Easter egg for Dragon Ball Z in general, because they often storyboard out and make these episodes weeks in advance. It's possible though that they could have heard about his death and drew in the that little Easter egg.
It probably is an homage. The reason being that Dragon Ball Z is the most successful anime of all time. Literally.
Yeah.
There's not a show that will come close to it. It has made so much money that nothing will ever eclipse it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got a story. Hold on. It's Xiaomi. The phone company Xiaomi that produces knockoff fake phones, Xiaomi.
Yeah, the Chinese firm.
They're getting into the car market, and they released a knockoff of a Porsche. Looks exactly like the Porsche, whichever version they've copied. I forget the name of the version of the Porsche they copied. Looks exactly like it, but the suspension goes out on it. The all traction goes out on it when you try to go around corners. And when you use the automated trunk shutting function, you can crush your fingers in it.
Chinese engineering. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why Chinese engineers are bottom tier.
They should stick to making knockoff phones. Wait, no, I take that back. They should fucking make some phones of their own for a change.
No, you know
make
what?
Their own products.
You know what they're good at doing?
What?
Emulator boxes.
Yeah. They could stick to that.
Yeah, Chinese emulator boxes are some of the best. But the thing is, you can take an American mini PC and do the same thing better with all open source code.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been people on YouTube that make a living doing that, actually.
Yeah.
There's a little emulation talk for you. I'm not anti-emulation. Matter of fact, I think emulation is the best and easiest way to preserve games. Sure, the corporations might not like it, but American law isn't really supposed to favor the corporations. It's supposed to favor the people. Unfortunately, our politicians have forgotten that tentative American law. They just want to suck the corporate dick all the time.
That's why Elon Musk wasn't invited to the electrical vehicle conference last year. They pumped out 300,000 electrical vehicles in the same year that the person that they said won pumped out 43.
General Motors was the person they said won, and General Motors is pathetic.
And they said they pumped out 43, and they didn't even invite Elon Musk, and he's been selling electrical vehicles for a while now. He sold way more electrical vehicles than General Motors. And they said General Motors is, to add insult to injury, they said General Motors is leading the electrical vehicle market.
So they're just out and lying.
Yeah. There you go.
It's funny how you can bald-faced lie on television, broadcasted to millions of people if you're a globalist. If you're a globalist, it's perfectly fine for you to lie like that.
It's because he bought Twitter and he started firing everybody that was working for the man. And right after that, they started fucking with him. They took him off the electrical vehicle summit. They threatened to take sponsorship away from him on Twitter X. As soon as he bought Twitter, they did everything they could to screw with that man. And like, he's the richest man on the planet, on his way to become the first trillionaire on the planet, and you're gonna try to fight him with finances?
That's all the New World Order knows how to do. Yeah. They're used to out-financing everyone.
I'm sorry. You don't fight a tank with a smaller tank.
Our military does. And it's a robotic tank at that.
You know what I mean.
Also.
You know what I mean. Anyways, later, YouTube. I'm on my way.
The wrestling sphere is abuzz with all the Tony Khan drama. Tony Khan did everything that is happening to himself, and he deserves whatever fallout he gets. And if his promotion collapses, well, that's just the market speaking. And I think it's going to speak real quick because TNA is actually the number 2 company in America. If you don't factor in AEW's pushing around of the money, and TNA is also the only other company that's on cable television, although that's probably going to be rendered irrelevant in 15 years or so, but I don't know. TNA has a horrible product and AEW has a horrible product. They both suck. NWA sucks too, but at least they try not to suck more. When it comes to Tony Khan versus Billy Corgan and which one is the better money mark, I think Billy Corgan is the better money mark because at least he studies wrestling history and he knows what draws because he studied what draws. I like his choice in world champion. Ethan Carter III is a great wrestler. I think he's befitting of the NWA title. And if Billy Corgan could just pull another string and get NWA on an actual broadcast network, like talk to CW and try to get them to actually air the product on actual television instead of the CW app. I don't think anyone in the country is watching the CW app. I mean, that's a real bad business decision. You should have actually got it on broadcast TV, Bully. You did a disservice to your own product. With that said, I'm Roman D'Angelo signing off. See you at 7:10.